السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is the first episode of Gems of the Quran. The Quran, the book of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, is not only book. It's a mercy for those who believe, a source of peace for those who reflect, ultimate criterion that separate truth from falsehood. It's a light that illuminates the path of truth in the middle of the darkness. It's healing, a remedy for a source, a remedy for all our hearts and souls. It's the book that speaks to the every heart and mind, regardless the time and the place. Quran is simply the words of Allah, powerful beyond imagination. How's your relationship with the Quran? Do you know in Surah Al-Furqan, Allah said that His Prophet ﷺ made a complaint about the people. He said, وَقَالَ الرَّسُولُ يَا رَبِّ إِنَّ قَوْمِ اتَّخَذُوا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ مَهْجُورًا. The Prophet said, "Oh my Lord, my people abandoned this book. Receive it with neglect." Don't be like these people. How can we avoid that neglect? Number one, we should recite it as it revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. What if the day of judgment you stand before your Lord and He gave you a lot of abilities and you learn a lot of languages, a lot of science, but you miss something? You can't recite the book of Allah properly. That's a big shame. So the first thing is to try to recite it properly. There's a lot of opportunity now, a lot of WhatsApp groups. They will teach you for free even. Number two, when you know how to recite it, try to teach your children, teach your neighbors, teach them to recite Quran properly. Number three, try to memorize some of the Quran. What a big honor if Allah give you ability to memorize some of His book. In your heart, the kalam of Allah, the speech of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. But do you know, there's something more important than recitation, more important than memorization. It's to reflect upon the speech, to reflect upon the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, to know the meaning. What does that mean? To reflect upon the meaning. This is a very deep book. You have to know the meaning first and then reflect upon the meaning. Allah said this is one of the main objectives that He sent this book. كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ إِلَيْكَ مُبَارَكٌ لِيَدَّبَّرُوا آيَاتِهِ. لِيَدَّبَّرُوا means to reflect upon the words of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And this is a long journey. When you start their journey, you will taste the flavor of the Quran. Finally, the last thing, which is the most important, the ultimate goal of the Quran, is to implement the Quran in your daily life, is to act according to Quran, to behave according to Quran, to change your lifestyle according to Quran. That's the ultimate goal of this book. That's why the people, those who implement the Quran, is awliyaullah. When someone asks our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, how's the character of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? She said, do you read the Quran? He said, yes. She said, the character of Rasulullah sallam, just exactly like what Allah described in the Quran. All the good characteristics that Allah mentioned in Quran, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to implement in his daily life. So in this journey, we'll try to reflect upon some of the verses of the Quran. Try to illuminate our hearts. Try to make Quran our guidance. And try just to delve in that motion, just to have some gems from that Quran. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala make this month the blessed month for all of us. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala make us among Ahlul Quran. Assalamu alaikum.